Hello and welcome back to Alex at the desk. Warning. The scenes you're about to see are being carried out by an untrained, unprofessional, and without health and safety guidelines. Always make sure you're doing things with a supervised adult if you're young, and you follow the relevant safety advice for the things you're doing. Let's go on with it. Yes, hello everyone. It's the 11th of December, and my days till Christmas calendar is having trouble staying on 14. But there are 14 days until Christmas. And we find ourselves at the desk, yes, once again, and we have got something to open and assemble. So, we'll move the camera, and we're going to have a look at what I've got. So, it's hello to the close-up view for this episode, and as the title of this episode suggests, there's a double tanker inside this packet to open up. So this is a Sam's Trains 3D printed thing. If you've seen my other videos, you know what's coming. We have a wagon. Now, I held on to some of the wagons like that road van for a long time. This one I got after then, but is a very interesting model because it's a double tanker. And I've never had this out of the packet before, and I notice it's broken. There is something missing. It is an axle box. It seems to have snapped. I don't know how, because it's been kept safe in a box, the box it came in. So unless it just, I don't know, got broke in the post and was never seen, I don't know. But again, they're normally packaged very well. So that's an interesting start to the episode. And I have the accessories bag here. And there's some sort of grey kind of things for the tank. They're kind of slightly flexible. I hope I don't break those. That's going to be an interesting thing to work out, and I hope I don't have any trouble. Now I'm gonna have to take off the chassis so I can paint the tanks. Oh dear. Luckily, I've got some super glue, so I'll be able to use that to repair the tank wagon. Yeah. Let's see now. You can see the stubs that this is supposed to be attached to. The trick will be making sure that it's in place. Shouldn't be too difficult, but then again, it is me. So we're going to get our super glue. This is the first job we're going to do, and unexpected as it is, Alex at the desk is on hand with his tube of super glue. There we go, plenty of glue there now. We'll probably turn that section white. Now, the problem is going to be stopping the wheel from breaking this when you go to put it in. I don't know, maybe I could slip the wheel in now into the axle boxes before the glue sets, and then that way I won't have to worry about it. So bend that back slightly. Jesus, that glue set fast. Sorry, I shouldn't use the that as a word at this time of year, should I? Cripes! It's setting already. Right, push that onto there. Oh no! Oh no! Ow! I stuck my finger to my thumb. How? I haven't touched where the glue is. Oh, right. These videos should come with an advisory. In fact, I think I'll go back and add an advisory to this video. Right. That in the glue where it's supposed to be. There. And then Codswallop. We've got a screwdriver. Pull that out there. Right, put the axle in the corresponding hole. Then put the hole on the corresponding pinpoint of the axle. I would do this with tweezers, but unfortunately I'm not particularly good with tweezers either. Right, what if we put the wheel into it there and then drop it down? Well, we can't because I'm completely useless at this. Oh my god. Right, that'll have to do. Right, well, while we wait for that to dry, I've got my spray paint, the old 151 multi-purpose spray, and I'm going to prime the tanker because I want to paint it and I want it to go well. So we're going to give it a coat of the primer before we paint it. It's very blowy about today. There's a storm here and it's quite bad, so I'm just going to hope that the air isn't too moist while I'm doing this. I'm going to get painty, I imagine. So now we're back again, and we've got the glue dry on the axle box and the paint dry on the tanker. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting up the tanker, and then we can reassemble it. So I've got two paints. I've got a Revel Matte Black, finally, number 9 I think is that type, and a Humbrol Gloss Dark Blue. I think it's like 15 or something. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start on the black areas, because they're all in harder to reach places. And I'm just going to give those a good going over. So while the paint dries on the frames, we can start adding bits onto the chassis. So I've got a bag of bits here. And we've got these very fine rods that go on the tank sides, so they can go out of the way. I think there's a spare one there as well, very springy. There we go, more focus. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 buffers there. 1, 2 couplings there. I've got 2 sets of brake ring and 2 brake arms or whatever. So we want to do our brakes first, and it's the same as before. this design has a larger peg that fits in only on one side. So get my glue. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We pick up our rig rigging, drop it, turn it around, and pop it in the right place, like so. And then we can turn it around and do the next one. There we are, there's that one on. There it was. I don't really want to sit into the holes. See? There we go. Right. Then we're going to do the buffers. 2 blobs of glue there, and we stick our buffers into the hole. Don't want to go in. I'm supposed to test fit these first. Get the scalpel, go to quick, add a bit. No, I broke that buffer. Right, never mind. I'll try a different one. So what I've done is I've pulled out a spare Sam's Trains buffer, which is more or less the same kind. I think it might be a little bit finer as the other ones. And then I've got a sort of a screwdriver that's like a spike, and I'm going to just sort of dig that into the hole and try and make it a bit bigger to get the buffers in. There. Right. Test fit these. Well, it's a snug fit, but it's in. That'll do. We'll just put double glue on that, and then we can do what we should have done before and test fit the other ones. I don't think they're going to go in though. Ow! This is not going well. I just want to pick that one up in a minute because I've dropped it. There we go, that's that one in, as far as it'll go. Now, the other one I dropped. So we're 2 buffers in, and I've broken 2 buffers, but I have found another spare Sam's Trains buffer, so hopefully we can get this stuff sorted now. There's no focusing on this. See that? Oh, that one went in first time. No, this one. It seems to be the buffers that were supplied with this kit aren't as good as the spares ones I had, I don't think. But doesn't matter. I'll glue there because I'm damned if I'm going to lose more of these buffers. Right. Now I can work on the brake arm. So it goes up there, I think. No, it goes in that way around, maybe. This one's got much finer pegs on it than the previous one. So it didn't go too well on the other side, but never mind. They're on now anyways, so I can get on hopefully and paint the side of the tanks. So I've got an idea about what I want to do paint-wise with the tanks, and take that bit of blue tack off it now, and attach another bit there to hold it with. And I'm going to paint it blue. I've got a nice sort of gloss blue. It's a nice dark sort of GR gloss blue. And then I'd like to do yellow on the strapping sort of bands that are on it. But I don't know how well that will go. Right, so hopefully this is dry enough to paint the line on. And I was going to use a matte yellow for it, but unfortunately I only have this gloss yellow, and I don't know how well it's going to work. But we're going to attempt to do our lining on the bands. Well, she still looks a little bit crude, but hopefully with a bit of Christmas magic we'll be able to make it look a bit neater. And there we are. And that looks a bit neater now. We've got a nice shiny blue livery. Still a bit sticky. Paint will need time to dry, but hopefully it'll be dry by the time the Christmas special is on. So now we just have to reassemble it. Now this stage is possibly one of the most challenging parts of the build, because I've got to insert these axles back into the chassis, and as you know from the start of this episode, I've had to re-glue the axle box and assembly in. Right, that one's in and turning, and that one is being difficult. Oh dear, right, come on. That in there and that. Yeah, see, the problem here is that the brake rigging seems to be getting in the way of putting the wheels in. Get this in now, like that. It's not quite in somehow, but it is in. It's just skewed. Okay, so because the axle box is slightly skewed, the brake is actually working like a brake, but hopefully it'll be alright. Right, so my solution to this is that I'm going to cut the weird square bits off the end of the piece on this one. So I have a spare. Because that will allow me to pass the end of that through the hole. So there's a hole in either end. That goes in there, and that. Where's that thing for poking holes and stuff? This is... I can't believe this. This is so strange. Like the wagon I've got is being so difficult. I don't know. Right, we have a hole cut through there. So now we can take our very thin, wiry piece of plastic and poke it through the hole now. There, like that. and then can poke through the other end. One. This piece is actually frayed itself. That's very strange, but we'll leave it like that. Just add a small bit of glue right there. Hold that bit there. That bit there. Now, let's see if we can do the other side. And we're just gonna glue on that side and that side, just like we did on the first side. And we're gonna leave that to dry. And now all we have to do is add the couplings. One. And two. There we are. Done. Now let's take a look at it close up on the railway. And so there we have it. The double tanker is finished. Still a bit sticky, needs to dry, but pretty much finished. What can I say about it? It would have been easier to build if I could have remembered or found the instructions on how to assemble it. It was a bit tricky and a bit difficult. And obviously because it came broken, I had to repair it. And, well, it doesn't run the smoothest. It's going to be, I think, one of those troublesome trucks. I mean, it will run, but, you know, it'll need a little bit extra fettling, I think, before the Christmas special to get it free rolling. As far as Sam's Trains wagons go, though, it has to be one of the most difficult builds I've done. But it's certainly a complex and a strange prototype. Whether real or not, I don't know. But yeah, obviously my lining leaves much to be desired. But it's done. So, there's another video down from the desk. And I hope you'll join me here again soon, where we'll do some more modelling. And it might be something that's not Sam's Trains. Who knows? But for me, in this episode, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you very much to everyone who's watched, everyone who likes and comments and subscribes. And I'll see you again very soon. But for me, Alex, at the desk, it's goodbye. And don't forget, there's also the subscribe button with the playlist thing. But now, I'm off. Ta-ra.